Welcome to the Intuitive Hour with psychic medium, author, and intuitive life coach, Michelle Beltran. The Intuitive Hour will empower you to learn how to magnify your intuitive voice. Listen in and expand your understanding of what it means to be psychic and how to awaken, amplify, and trust your inner voice.
Muhammad Ali. We all know him, the heavyweight boxing champion. He often relied on muscle testing to determine how his body was doing and whether or not he was ready for a boxing match. Elvis Presley, also known to use muscle testing as part of his daily health routine. Madonna, Oprah Winfrey, Gwyneth Paltrow, all well-known individuals who have publicly credited muscle testing for helping manage their stress, mental health, and well-being. Welcome, everyone, to this interesting topic, muscle testing, and how we can use it in our daily lives. Let's go ahead and begin. I'm delighted you're with me on this interesting and fun topic. Muscle testing is a spiritual practice. If you weren't aware, it helps identify and access subconscious information. It's listening to our muscles for guidance through our subconscious, essentially. It was created by George Goodhart, a chiropractor, going all the way back to 1964. He coined the term applied kinesiology, or AK, and muscle testing grew from there. It's been used as a tool to access the body's inner wisdom. It can be used for physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual healing. An effective way of gathering feedback from the body. This actually goes all the way back to ancient Chinese medical practices, similar to acupuncture and Qigong. It was not until about the mid-20th century, however, that it began to really gain widespread acceptance in the Western countries as a valuable form of energy medicine. Since then, muscle testing has been used in numerous settings, from alternative medicine to psychology and even physical therapy. Let's talk a little bit about the benefits in detail and how we can use muscle testing. If you're looking to gain insight into your physical, mental, and spiritual health, muscle testing might be for you. It identifies areas of imbalance or blockages in the body that may be causing pain or discomfort. It can give you feedback about potential dietary and nutrition changes, or even supplements and medicines that could benefit your overall health and well-being. Muscle testing can be used as a diagnostic tool to assess the effectiveness of treatments and therapies by tracking changes in energy throughout your body. We use it as a form of self-inquiry, meaning muscle testing can help you individually access your inner wisdom and uncover areas of imbalance in the body, a way for you to tune in to you. In this way, you're accessing your intuition through muscle testing. You're listening to your soul self, your subconscious, gaining insight into decisions or choices you're making in your life by providing information directly from your subconscious. That's always our best and most useful resource and information. All right, types of muscle testing. There are several. Manual resistance tests, also known as quantitative muscle testing, which involves providing resistance with your hands while the patient you're working with, and perhaps you're the patient at times, will move their limb or joint against the force that has been provided. For example, If you'll join me now and hold your arm straight out to your side, your right or left arm, it doesn't matter. The person you're working with would provide resistance, pushing down. If your arm stays firm and strong, that's a yes. If your arm drops a bit or weakens on that pressure, pushing down, that's a no. Applied kinesiology, another technique, involves assessing how various muscles react when confronted with certain stimuli or treatments. Pressure point tests involve applying pressure to different areas of the body in order to gauge a response from the muscle. For example, take your thumb and provide some pressure on your quad muscle or your arm muscle, and then watch what it does. Observe the response. Vibrational tests. They assess how certain vibration frequencies interact with different muscles. And lastly, palpitation tests. This involves feeling and assessing the tension or contraction of various muscle groups in order to identify any potential problems. This is just a summary of 5 different types of testing techniques. There is indeed an art to it. This episode is, of course, not all exhaustive, but it is giving you some insight into the types, the benefits. If you're interested in learning more about each of these types, of course, continue your learning. In summary, each of these types, though, each of these muscle tests provide valuable information that can be used to determine if there are any underlying issues with your body. The results gained from each type of muscle and each test should be discussed with a healthcare professional before making any diagnosis or treatment. It's ever so important to consider all available options when you're attempting to diagnose muscle-related matters and issues. As we know, muscle testing is one of those options to support you, providing this incredibly valuable information that may not have been identified through other diagnostic techniques, X-rays or CT scans. After all, your sense about your body and how it's responding is your best resource for information. So combine all results of various muscle testing techniques. And in this way, healthcare professionals, whoever you're working with, can get a thorough understanding of your skeletal system and health and muscle structure and how to best support you in your well-being. By the way, muscle tests can also help evaluate posture, assess strength, flexibility, detect weaknesses in our body, or just pinpoint areas that need further attention. No matter what type of muscle testing, though, is being used, remember, super important to have all of this performed by a qualified professional who knows about muscle testing. If you're looking for support or a referral, absolutely reach out to me. I'm happy to provide that. Let's move on now to steps to perform the link muscle testing method. As many of you know, I'm a second-generation psychic. I was raised by a psychic, my mom, and she is actually a muscle tester. So the link method I've seen be used for many, many years in life growing up. I want to share that with you today. All right, step 1. Just focus on your breath. Relax your body and calm your mind, releasing all of those things that are not serving you and making an agreement with your subconscious that you'll come back to all the to-dos of the day after we're done. Very good. Just breathing and relaxing. This helps you tune in to the subtle signals of your body. Number 2, make an intention or statement that you want to test, such as, "This is true for me," or "I'm open to receiving guidance about this decision." The statement should be clear, concise, and positive. Number 3, using your dominant hand. Make a fist with your thumb tucked into the palm of your hand. By the way, the dominant hand, if you're right-handed, that's your dominant hand. If you're left-handed, that's your dominant hand. So make the fist with me, your thumb tucked into the palm of your hand. Then place the other hand over your fist and press down firmly. Ask yourself, as step 4, a yes or no question while pressing down on the fist with the other hand. If you feel like your arm is resisting against the pressure, it's a sign that it's a yes answer. If there is no resistance and your arm easily drops, then it's a no answer. Step 5, simply take a few moments to reflect on the results and what you're feeling and tuning into through your subconscious and your muscles. Then move on to another question. In time, you get better and better at this practice. Stay with it and be consistent. Okay, I want to give you some steps to perform the sway muscle testing method. This is, of course, a technique to discern a yes or a no, and this involves gently pushing the person you're working with or being tested and observing how their body responds to determine if the answer is a yes or no. So here's what I mean. Here are the steps. Number 1, begin by having the person stand with their feet shoulder-width apart, arms at their sides, and eyes closed. Number 2, stand behind them and then ask a question related to the issue you're trying to assess. Is this treatment right for me? As an example. Step 3, gently push on the center of their back or shoulders and observe how they respond. Do they remain steady or sway forward? If they remain steady and upright, the answer is yes. If they sway forward, the answer is no. Number 4, after a few seconds, stop pushing and ask the person to open their eyes. And step 5, repeat the process several times to ensure accuracy of the results. Once you've performed these techniques a few times, you'll become familiar with how people respond when answering a yes or no. This helps you get more accurate naturally and reliable results with each test come forward. Remember, it's important to be gentle when performing this technique. Always respect the wishes of those being tested. With practice, muscle testing can be an effective way of gaining insight into a person's health and wellness. I hope you'll consider it and learn more. As we wind down our episode today, as you become more experienced in this, remember to seek out professional advice to ensure accuracy and safety, we want to use a combination of tests to support us in our overall well-being and choices around this. A qualified health practitioner provides guidance on how best to use this technique for your specific situation, so please invite that in. They also help you to interpret the results. All right, everyone. Muscle testing is just such a valuable diagnostic technique, provides insight into our body's response and stimuli and treatment. I've found it so helpful throughout my life, using it in our family, seeing it being offered, offering it to others. Truly is an essential and powerful way to connect with our higher self, receiving guidance that is important to us regarding our decisions and questions in life. With your practice, you can become more attuned to the subtle signals of your body if you'll listen.
If you enjoyed this episode of the Intuitive Hour, please consider following, rating, and reviewing the podcast at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. You're welcome to access Michelle's free controlled remote viewing exercise that will empower you to uncover answers to your burning questions about lost objects, events, or people in the past, present, or future. Visit MichelleBeltran.com to access this free offering and rediscover what was once lost.